Welcome to my presentation. Today I will be talking about how the advancement of technology has affected drawing and painting. I'd first like to introduce myself briefly. My name is Pavan Rai and I'm 19 years old. I'm currently a first-year student at Sheridan studying software development and network engineering. I chose to present this topic since I have a keen passion for art and have experience working with traditional and digital paint mediums for many years. Now in this presentation I have written art, and art can mean many different things such as dance or videography. So anytime you hear me discussing art, I'm referring to the drawing and painting aspect of it. Art has always been around, from painting in caves during the Neanderthal era to the vast and creative digital art we see today. Now let's think about what art was before the digital age. During this time, it was common for artists to use traditional mediums such as oil paints, watercolor, gouache, and different types of acrylic. This created physical artwork, where you could feel and see the different types of textures within the piece. This in turn is subjected to imperfections, since once the paint dries, it's pretty hard to modify it. I put a quote here from Blake Dehart that I think describes it perfectly. The flaws of art created by hand have a unique and authentic value. I think what this means is that this aspect of art being imperfect has this quality of individuality and brings genuineness to the art. Now this is not to say that digital art is something that has had a negative impact. So let's take a look at the early stages of digital art. The popularity of using technology in art started to become prevalent around the 1990s, with the arrival of new video cameras and software that allowed you to modify your physical art digitally, which shaped the apps we now have today. At this time, artists would take a picture of their artwork and download the video onto their computers, which then allowed them to alter and manipulate the images they had filmed. This gave artists the ability to cut and paste and collage their work, stimulating creative freedom that had never been experienced by artists before. This leads us to the topic of what digital art is today. With the advancement of mobile technology, the industry of digital art has boomed. We now have more efficient ways to work and get started much quicker when we draw or paint. In traditional art, you would first have to set out your mediums and clean your paintbrushes before you start. However, with the likes of iPads, tablets, graphic tablets, and new software, the opportunities are endless. Apps such as Adobe Fresco, Adobe Illustrator, and Procreate have created unlimited possibilities. We can now undo a line or paint stroke we didn't like with a single click or tap on a screen. Features such as snapping, where it will place your drawn object vertically against another, or quick shape, which can turn your uneven circle into a perfect one, allows even the most unexperienced artists to participate in making great digital art. With built-in cloud amenities, artists can now access their work on multiple devices from anywhere. This means no more traveling with your artwork or having to bring that device with you. For example, you could say draw something on your iPad at home and upload it to your cloud, and then you can access it with your computer at work without having to bring your iPad with you. This opens up opportunities to duplicate your work, which is useful when working with clients. Let's talk about brushes. Brushes are important in painting when we craft our art. They create different textures and have unique properties. In software such as Adobe Fresco and Procreate, there are an enormous amount of brush libraries for an individual to choose from. This makes it so much easier to switch between brushes and selecting colors. You don't have to wash your brush in water or have to open a new tube of paint anymore. It's all within the program. This allows artists to now create more intricate and accurate artwork. From traditional art to digital art, technology has been a big factor which has changed drawing and painting in a positive light. Whether it's modifying your traditional artwork online or using your favorite apps to draw, there are many features that I discussed in this presentation that have transformed the way we do art. Here we reach the end of my presentation. On this last slide, I have added my personal digital artwork as well as my traditional artwork for you to look at. I would like to thank you for listening, and I hope that this has informed you well about the ways technology has transformed the way we draw and paint.